Good morning, people. How are we all today? If you can see, the co-host wants onto my lap, but I'm afraid that's not going to work at the moment. So you better just take your seat at the table, dear boy, because the lap's busy. Oh, come on then. We'll work room. We'll just need to work room this morning. All right. Now, Liebson, enjoy your couple of hours making other people's lives better. James, I'm glad your wife's operation went well. Mulligan, booking your mobility scooter in Crete. Try walking, you lazy bastard. You knew I was going to say that, didn't you, Mulligan? Let's get Facebook on board. Right, Facebook's on board. Let's have a look and see who's all in the house today. Shut that down there. And here we go. Good morning, Reagan Elite. Thank you. You've given me a full list. Stephen Bankier, Rosie McGregor, Kirsty Falls, George Ewan, Stuart Laird, Ange, Malcolm H. Morrison, Desiree, Mark Telfer, the other Davy, John O'Rourke, Graham Thompson, Dean, Wee Bird, Avril, hello Avril, hi June, hi Robert, hi Christina, who else we got? Good morning Anne, good morning Mark, I think I've already said good morning to you, good morning Class Action, we're just waiting for Facebookers getting on board, we'll get this thing underway, or have I missed the Facebookers? Oh, here we'll get Jackie in on Facebook, hi Jackie, I'm still embarrassed to know about that March. I think I'm getting doddery in my old age, Jackie. That's what it is, you know. Hi, Margaret. Hi, Diane. Numbers are climbing nicely, so we'll get this underway, okay. So, thanks, Duncan. Your ill health, retirement day, independence. Thank you very much, Duncan. And right after this programme, folks, I'm going to be back on the phone to the charities and maybe a couple more videos coming. And we actually going out and just rocking up on the days that they're open because they're getting very difficult to get in the bloody phone. So there. Hi, Harry. Right, first up this morning, we've got the Scotsman. We'll stick it up. And we'll try and put Beatty's up. And the Scotsman's got Starmer's Scottish job vow as Britain put on war footing. Folks, you never heard so much pish and wind in all your life. And the Economists, right after it, made it quite clear that he was talking rubbish. Now, Yanis Varak, whatever his name is, he did a thing with Declassified about an hour after his announcements were finished. And he explained that the Keynesian military industrial complex economic theory just wouldn't work for the UK. Yep, you might get a wee spot of growth until you've rearmed. And then what do you fucking do? That growth all dies. So, 110,000 military people to be serviced in the UK. John Healey said they won't be increasing that amount. Yep, 1.5 billion to update their accommodation. All very well, that'll probably get spent. The rest of it was pie in the sky. And the reason behind it being pie in the sky is quite simple. Once you've rearmed, what does that vast military industrial complex you've done do? Unless you go to war, the way the Americans have had to. Unbelievable. Do you know on the way out of Iraq, the Americans were told to fire off bloody everything. Everything, just fire into the desert. So that the military industrial complex could keep going. The UK is too small for that option. Little Britain's no fighting anybody. Never mind getting on a war footing. And if you notice, all the pledges were a decade down the line. New submarines to commence in the 2030s. Really? Who says Labour's going to be there after the next Parliament? At this point in time, it looks like it'll be Farage. And he's no tooling up. He's tax cut, privatisation, tax cut. So he's no tooling the UK up. So this is nonsense. Oh, and increase in spend to start in 2 years from now. It's all pie in the sky. And it was all predicated by the statement of this is all dependent on economic growth. And this economy is in decline. It was piss and wind. I'll tell you exactly what Labour are doing. They're making announcement after announcement after announcement after announcement and doing fuck all. Nothing. And what we heard yesterday was tub thumping nonsense. Little Britain doesn't have the might to fight anybody. And the kids don't want to join the military. Rightly so. They've evolved into a much more peaceful creature. Surely that is the destination of mankind. Well, maybe Gen Z are the start, and the millennials are the start of that evolution, because they don't want to fight. Good on them. Good on them. Right, let's take this down. Next up's the Daily Fail, I believe. Hold on. It's going to be one A once again. Aye, next up's the Daily Fail. Just need to find the feckin' thing. There it's there. So, it goes on. Farage's visit to Scotland. Warning over threat to family finances as Reform Chief Savages Scott's 1,500 ahead funding formula. That's a Barnett formula, folks. Alright. Now, Farage has said he'd scrap the Barnett formula. From our point of view, we don't want the Barnett formula. We want control of our own finances, our own resources. Because Scotland is an extremely rich country. Far richer than the UK. We've seen that between 2012 and 2014 when the economists crunched the numbers. Properly crunched the numbers. And they said in the UK would be the 18th biggest economy in the world. The 18th richest economy in the world. Or nation in the world. With the UK would be the 14th richest country in the world. No union dividend here with this £1,500 settlement. We don't actually need a fucking settlement. We can spend as much as we like. We have all the oil, all the gas. We have fantastic food and drink industry. We have all the fucking renewables. We've got all the water. And it's going to be a real resource of the future. Should there be a spending limit on what we can do here in Scotland? We are abundantly fucking rich. And if we had control of our own finances, we'd be as rich as Norway. Because we would have followed them with our sovereign wealth fund. Anyway, let's bring this nonsense down and see what's next. Next up should be the Times. And the Times got, embrace the future of AI doctors and nurses, urges Blair. Let me fix that. Byline. Embrace the future of AI doctors and nurses, urges war criminal Blair. And tax rises loom to put Britain on war footing. Folks, this is all nonsense. Absolute nonsense. And this idea that defence is a higher priority than any other public service. That tells you how absolutely deaf of ideas this Labour Party are. And I mean that. There is so much needing fixed in society, and the UK is no under threat for anybody at this point in time. And it's not likely to come under threat to anybody. Anybody wanted to threaten us, what's the tip today is block the English Channel and the Irish Sea and fucking starve us. Oh, nonsense. Britain on war footing. Who are you going to fight with? Who's the UK going to... Who's Little Britain going to fight with? Fuck. Oh, nonsense. And I mean nonsense. Take that down. Next up, we've got the Looney Rag, the Express. We'll put it up. Let's see where it's got. It's got union dividend for us, apparently. Somebody ought to fucking show us it. Right, the Daily Express. No, this isn't it. That was the Daily Mail that had the union dividend, sorry. Former Army Chief attacks PM for failing to confirm 3% defence spend. He didn't even confirm 2.5. That's still a fucking aspiration. And the aspiration is to get there by 27, 28. What a lot of nonsense. Budget delay won't cut the mustard as Russia threatens. Russia threatens. They're fucking threatening us. We live in a wee island. Russia wants to have a go at us, they'll just drop a couple of nukes on us. That's a fucking end to us. Some of this nonsense is nuts. And he knows it's nonsense. The liar from number 10 Downing Street. He knows it's nonsense. So he does. What you seen yesterday was just tub thumping and mere jam tomorrow. It was a load of rubbish. And I've got no doubt that we'll hear from a lot more economists today on how much tripe he was talking. As I say, but it was all predicated on if the economy grows and allows. If the economy grows. This economy is in decline. And the madman in the White House is no helping. Aye, no hearing much about gigantic black hole. All of a sudden, 22 billion black hole doesn't exist. Spend, spend, spend. You never heard so much nonsense to say it was all predicated on the idea that the economy would grow. And as the economists have just pointed out, he's not going to be spending massively on the military industrial complex because Little Britain doesn't have the might to go to war with every country every couple of years, so they need to restock. Oofed. Mere nonsense. Right, where we go after the right-wing loony rag, the Express, we've got the Guardian. Let's see what it's got for us today. If we can find a bloody thing. Well, it appears we don't have it, so I'll just tell you what it says. The Guardian goes on. Starmer pledges to make Britain battle ready. And I don't have much more to say on that. It's just nonsense. Absolute nonsense. The scum has assassination CCTV gun spree. Clan head gun spree chased head through Boozer, killed him on his hands and knees, slain kingpin, scrambled for life. Well, apparently CCTV of these two guys getting taken out in Spain, the two crime gang members, and there's CCTV footage of one of them trying to run, getting down his knees and getting popped. Right, and the Rancid has nowhere to run. Crime boss slain by hitman. Same story as the last one, really. So, not much to add to that. Two members of the Lions clan were slaughtered in Spain, and apparently one of them owned the boozer they were shot on, which in itself is interesting. Right, next up we've got the Herald. We'll put the Herald up. What's the Herald got for us today? The Herald goes, Edinburgh must remain a lived-in city and not be ruined by tourism, says Alexander McCall. I've no idea who Alexander McCall is, and I didn't bother my arse Googling it. But anyway, he says that Edinburgh has to remain a lived-in city, and so it does. Cities are living, breathing organisms. So it's important that they have people living there. Otherwise they just die out. We've all seen ghost towns. Right, next up we've got an Arsenal. It's got a historic a story as a byline, how capital became fit for a king, and no show Nigel. And that's all about protesters rattle reform in Aberdeen, sparking bizarre rant at at media, and game of hide and seek in Hamilton because protesters had gathered for Farage arriving to campaign in Hamilton. So Farage was ducking in and out of vehicles to avoid people in Hamilton as he was going around. Thanks, John. I'll get to that in a minute. We'll take this down. So, Farage. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Farage was hiding in Hamilton after protesters rattled him in Aberdeen, and David and I were talking about this yesterday. He then had to go to the Herald saying that he told the protesters that the Herald had told the protesters where Farage was going to be. Aye, Ali, the black holes disappeared. But he had to go to the Herald. And then when he got to Hamilton, he was told there was protesters in Hamilton, so he went everywhere by car, in and out, and straight away again, so the protesters couldn't get to him. Alright. So that's the National. Take that down. Oh, it's already done. Just shut it down. Next up should be the Metro, but I don't have it. I'll just go grab it because I like the headline the Metro of the day. So a day. Right, the Metro. I'll grab it. Anything else is missing and all. Reform leader steps up race row on Scott's visit. And he was called a racist in Aberdeen. That's what rattled him. And Sarwar blasts back at Chief Clown Farage. Sarwar blasts back. Sarwar is all piss and wind. They blast in him. Wow. Mental. Absolutely mental. Right. But race has become a thing. Race has become a thing. Hi, Stephen. Thanks, mate. Thanks very much. And the Hamilton, Larkhall and Stonehaven by-election. And I don't know how that happened, because their communities are all integrated. Unlike down that road, we didn't ghettoise people. So what diversity there is in the community lives amongst us. We don't have racism as such. You get the odd knuckle dragger here and there, but in the general populace, racism isn't really a thing. So I'm really baffled at how Farage could get away with introducing racism. I really am. Next up, we've got the Telegraph. We'll put it up. Then we'll need to go and grab the Star because I think I just shut it down. And the Daily Telegraph have police in major new hunt for Madeleine. And then apparently German police have decided that they're going to be able to deal with the UK police and the Portuguese police couldn't do. And that's find young Miss McCann's body. But they have got the fella who allegedly snatched her in the jail, so they might know a wee bit more now than what the Portuguese or UK police knew at the time. Okie dokie. Take that down. Go and grab the Star because I just bloody shut it down. Right, what's the Star got for us today as we round this one up? The Star's got police to scour land and wells at Praia da Luz. I think that's how you pronounce it. Praia da Luz. And Maddie search shop. 30 German cops hunt for missing girl. As I say, they're looking for a body. As I say, they may have a little more information than what the UK and Portuguese police had at the time, or even since, because they've got the guy locked up apparently, who snatched her. So I can't say I'll be following the story with great interest, but I will be following the story as it comes up in the press, because it'll make the front pages. Okay, right, that's it for this morning. So mainly it was a lot of a Keir Starmer's piss and win, because that's what it is. It was all, as I say, predicated with a statement of if the economy grows. And if the idea is to prioritise a military-industrial complex and arming to get growth going, then it's a non-runner. An absolute non-runner. Because once the warehouses are full of weapons and you've tooled up, what do you do then? Because if you're not going to start a war, or you're not involved in a war, what are you actually going to do? Because then you're tooled up. You don't need to produce anywhere until you've used it. It's just nonsense, folks. They know it's nonsense. It's just, as I say, they're making a lot of announcements while doing nothing. I mean, you take the weekend there. Starmer was asked about the reinstating or partial reinstating of the winter fuel thing, and he went, I better think about it. And that was it. I better think about it. Just because they say they might go back and look at it. Next week, the 11th, we'll get a clearer picture of what's actually going on when we get the spending review. That's if the numbers in the books have not been cooked. Successive governments have been good at cooking the books to allow themselves a bit of wriggle room here and there. And Rachel Reeves will need to do the same. Either that, there are big tax rises coming to accomplish everything that this Bampot says he's going to do. Infrastructure, transport, military expansion. Where did that 22 billion black hole fucking go? Oh, that's right, it was filled by starving kids and freezing grandma and whacking businesses and wages for hitting the national insurance thresholds. So, there you go. Oh, and extending the fiscal drag always helps for a black hole. Hey, that always helps. Right, that's it for this morning. Now, as I say, after here I'm going to get back on the West Lothian Council's website, identify another couple of food banks, look at the days that they're open, watch out for wee videos. There'll be no poverty porn, folks, but you will see me rock up and speak to their organisers and give them the money. Alright? Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all tomorrow morning to do it again.